Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yay, 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 yay. Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. I paused it as soon as I noticed my model wasn't moving anymore. And this one this one made me realize that I gotta stop walking around my house naked, so nobody can see the strawb. Alright, okay. Alright. I'm just kidding. Kinda. Alright, let's keep watching. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened.
Review the footage to confirm this.
I will say, actually looks it looks pretty it looks pretty cloudy outside, or maybe it's just no. It's clear. It's clear here. Shit's wild. Anyway, maybe I should walk around naked more. I think you should. Jelly. Oh man.
This is Ring support. Your account has been terminated by a hacker.
Yeah, that's what Ring support sounds like.
Ransom, or else you will get terminated yourself right now.
Someone had hacked into the camera's live feed.
That's so
Voice
stupid.
jokes around claiming to be Ring support. It then demands 50 Bitcoin as a ransom. Finally, the hacker would access Tanya's doorbell camera, again going on the speaker, and this time saying, "I'm outside your front door." It's unclear how long Tanya was being watched through her cameras. She called police, but there wasn't much they could do.
God.
This is
sounds like the same dude that was racist. Oh.
The family. The cameras.
It very well could have been. Also, this is a really nice kitchen. It very well could have been. I mean, seems like the type of dude who would just do it all day, you know?
Shown sitting on the kitchen counter.
How are
as
you?
the youngest daughter sits on the couch.
Did you
in the
know
background
that I love pickles? Like a lot. I love pickles!
watching TV.
They all use the same
Suddenly,
Xbox
a voice begins
mics, for
talking
real.
over the speaker.
They really do.
What you watching?
Oh,
Hey, what show is that? I've seen that show before. What season you on?
like...
Hello?
The girl either doesn't hear the voice or chooses not to respond to it. That's when the dad, Adam, walks in the room, unaware he's being watched. The voice continues, and his head jolts towards the TV. When he realizes it wasn't coming from the TV, he pulls out his phone. That's when he remembers the Ring camera.
Hello? What are you eating? You hungry? What? Hello? Powering off. Hello. This is Ring.
Come on.
Who is it? Who is this?
The voice attempts to imitate some sort of robotic Ring text-to-speech voice. However, Adam knows his account's been hacked. He disabled the camera and contacted Ring about the incident. The company responded saying an unidentified phone had logged into the Ring account.
Hello. This is Ring. Powering off. I'm gonna hack into your cameras and I'm gonna be like, but where are the strawberries at though? I'm gonna be like, hey, can I have some of that? welcome. Thank you for the follow. How are you? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I would just like automatically disable the camera. Like, I wouldn't even say anything. I'll just be like, cool, bro. I'd be like, hey, man, have a good day. Bye.
They tried to trace it back to a source, but were unable to. They basically told him there was nothing they could do but have him change his password and set up two-factor authentication for his account. A couple in Georgia had installed a home security camera in their bedroom so they could keep an eye on their dog while they were away at work.
Aw, baby.
One night, right after the woman had put the dog in his crate for the night, she heard a cough over the camera's speaker. Laying in bed, she looks over at it and sees the blue light turn on, which indicates someone was watching the live feed. She texts her boyfriend, who was at work, and asks him why he had the feed open. Seconds later, she gets a text back, asking what she was talking about. Just then, a voice comes over the speaker.
Wake up! Hello, doggy, 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 come here, doggy!
What the
Hello?
fuck?
Excuse me. I can see you in the bed, come on, wake the fuck up.
Shortly after, she
What
took
the
the batteries
fuck?
out of the camera. The couple says they later found out that someone had hacked into their Ring account at least 4 times.
Oh my
They filed
god.
a police report, but nothing ever came of it.
I mean, would I even take the time to file a police report? Because, like, I would assume that if somebody is doing this, they're at least going to be smart enough to, like, cover their tracks. I don't know. I don't think I would even, like, go for it. I would just change my thing, you know? Okay, it's shit like this that scares the fuck out of me. Has there ever been a wave that big? If your shit was never properly secured in the first place, it wasn't hacking. Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah. Nobody had to hack into it, they just signed into it. Like, Mr. Nightmare? Oh! Okay, yeah. I'll search up Mr. Nightmare. And then also, we need to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the YouTube subscription. Welcome, how are you? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Alrighty. Here it is.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where fantasy and fun come to life. Get it, guys?
Hotaroa.
If you're watching this video,
This shit scares me to death.
it means you
Yes! Josh Hutcherson!
security guard.
Hello?
We're going to have so much fun together.
Dude. Looks so scary. But I love it. I'm so scared. Ugh. I hate it. It looks so creepy. Alright, I've only watched a few of his videos. So let's see what we have here. Two disturbing mysteries that remain unsolved. Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
On Sunday, December 7th, 1958, around 1 p.m.,
How's that?
the
Is it
Martin
good?
family gathered into their 1954 cream and red-colored Ford.
You wanna do a Five Nights at Freddy's watch along? Well, we have to wait for it to come out, but I would like to do that with you guys. That would be really fun. That'll be super fun,
station
actually.
wagon and headed towards the Columbia River Gorge. Their intention was to collect greenery from the surrounding woodlands to use for Christmas decorations around their home. 3 hours later, the family stopped at a gas station in the city of Cascade Locks, 40 miles from their home, where they ate at Paradise Snack Bar in the city of Hood River, 20 miles further from Cascade Locks. So at this point, they were about 60 miles from home. Their waitress at Paradise Snack Bar confirmed that all appeared
This looks
normal
so
with the family,
Christmassy.
and they left the restaurant around 5 p.m., which was already found weird by many, as Ken Martin was known to avoid driving at night due to his eyesight. This was the last time any sightings of the Martin family could be verified. On December 9th, Ken's boss reported him missing, as he had not shown up to work, something that was extremely out of character for him. That same night at around 11 p.m., police arrived at the home of the Martin family. There were no signs of a break-in or foul play.
Oh my
There were
goodness.
dishes still in the sink, and a load of clothing was still in the washing machine, and a Santa Claus outfit from a Christmas party was even still laid out on a bed. Wherever
Lockdown
the Martins
stories?
had gone, they clearly intended to come back. Within days,
I've never
the
seen that.
disappearance was all over the papers, and as many as 5 different police agencies all launched
this is
separate
so sad.
investigations to find the family. Police were able to verify that the family stopped at the gas station and the restaurant, but after that, they were at a loss for where the family could have gone. During the course of the initial search, the police found an abandoned white Chevy near Cascade Locks, which was from Los Angeles and had been reported stolen by its owner. This led police to search for 2 ex-convicts, Roy Light and Lester Price. There was some suspicion that the two may have been involved in the disappearance of the
Oh,
Martins,
school
as
lockdowns,
the
okay.
owner of the Paradise Snack Bar told the police
That
that
sounds
they were
really
at the
scary.
restaurant at the same time as the Martin family, leaving shortly after the Martins, but without substantial proof to connect them to the disappearance. They were never questioned. Strangely, days after their disappearance, police would continue to get calls reporting sightings of the Martins from all over the area. Several alleged witnesses claimed to see the Martins or people matching their description in other parts of Oregon, Iowa, and even Montana, but none of these sightings could be verified. 2 witnesses claimed to see the Martin station wagon around dusk parked under the Bridge of the Gods in Cascade Locks with 2 men standing next to the vehicle and speaking to the passengers
It's
inside.
a really cute
Though
town.
this couldn't be verified, but if it was true, this was the last known time they were seen alive.
Aww.
Many came to believe that they had
That's so
accidentally
sad.
driven into the Columbia River. Pretty soon, though, a very important discovery in the investigation was made when tire tracks were found leading to a cliff above the river.
No!
Paint chips, consistent with the color of the Martin station wagon, were found on the rocks below. The
Oh.
location of the tracks suggested that an accident was unlikely, as the spot was not close to the road. Efforts to search this portion of the
poor
river
family,
proved
dude.
fruitless when 2 police officers shot down the idea.
Hello
claiming
there,
it was
Cobalt.
too dangerous and
How
that
are
no
you?
diver should be sent down
Thanks
there.
for joining
Even
us.
though Detective Walter Gravin was told by 2 professional divers that this would be a good place to dive, and anyone who knows how to dive would have no trouble in this area. In the early morning of May 2nd, 1959, a fisherman and his wife reported something strange floating downstream near the Bonneville Dam in the Columbia River Gorge near Portland, Oregon. To them, it appeared to be 2 bodies, and unfortunately they were right. The following day, one of the bodies was found on the north bank of the
Oh,
Columbia River,
God.
and the next morning, the second body was recovered. They belonged to Susan and Virginia Martin, ages 11 and 13. Though the official cause of death for both girls was determined to be drowning, a technician reportedly spotted what he believed to be bullet wounds in each of their heads.
Oh my
and informed
God.
Dr. Waterman, the medical examiner. In his report,
What
however,
in the
Waterman
fuck?
stated that no such injuries were found. Likewise, no police reports or newspaper articles from the time indicated that any signs of foul play were present. The examination also revealed that both Virginia and Susan had eaten burgers and fries within 2 hours of their deaths, consistent with the testimony of the waitress from Paradise Snack Bar. Dr.
Wow.
Waterman claimed to have received several threatening phone calls after the bodies had been discovered. Each time, the
That shit
voice
is
of what
so
sounded
scary.
Like a young man warned Dr. Waterman that he would be harmed should any of the other missing Martins be identified. But there was actually one surviving member of the Martin family, Donald Martin. Donald had a strained relationship with his family due to him possibly being gay
wow.
and having been caught with a man in the home by his parents. He never came out to aid in the search for his parents and sisters, claiming that his Aunt Charlotte had encouraged him to stay put in New York. However, Charlotte refuted this claim, stating that she didn't understand why Donald hadn't traveled to Oregon to help look for his family.
What the hell?
Donald also didn't attend the memorial services for either of his sisters, claiming to have gotten the dates mixed up. As the only surviving family member, Donald was the sole beneficiary of the Martin estate, totaling around $36,000 at the time. 4 years
Wow.
earlier, Donald had been fired from his job at the Meyer and Frank, a department store in Portland. He had been fired for stealing over $2,000 worth of merchandise.
No fucking
One
way.
theory suggests that Donald had some involvement in the disappearance of his family, not just because of his poor relationship with his family.
Wow.
No, there was something much worse that came up. A .38 automatic pistol covered in blood was discovered under a rock near Cascade Locks in January 1959. A single spent bullet was found in the chamber of the gun. Bizarrely, the weapon was never processed as evidence and was later cleaned and returned to the man who found it. When investigators traced the gun's serial number, they learned it was one of the items Donald Martin was accused of stealing from Meyer and Frank back in 1954.
Wow.
Despite
No
this,
fucking
Donald was
way.
never outwardly accused of having any involvement in the disappearances.
Bro, if that happened
To this
today,
day,
they'd be like,
Ken, Barbara, and Barbie Martin's bodies remain unfound.
"Hi, Paladin.
along
How
with
are
their
you?
vehicle.
Thanks for joining us."
The next case is much more modern.
Oh my god,
It
this
follows a
case
young
is
girl
so
named Kanika
scary.
Jenkins. On September 8th, 2007, Kanika told her mother she was going out with some friends.
This
She
is
lied and said they
so...
were going bowling and then to see a movie to celebrate her getting
So
a job
scary.
at a nursing home. Kanika borrowed her mother Teresa's car and left the house around 11 p.m. That was the last time Teresa saw her daughter alive. Kanika was born on May 27th, 1998, in Chicago. She was a smart and responsible girl with a bright future, according to friends and
Goodness.
family.
She was
She had
so
a very good
young.
relationship with her mother. The night in question, Kanika and her 3 friends actually went to a party on the 9th floor of the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois. The group could be seen entering the hotel around 1 a.m. through security footage. The friends posted videos to their
Wait, so
Snapchat stories and
it
Facebook.
was 2017. If she was still alive today, she would be 24, 25? Right? So 6 years ago, she'd be 19 when this happened? Dude.
During the party, but they were clearly not having a good time, stating that the males were aggressively flirting with them even after
Ew.
telling them to back off. At around 1:30 a.m., Kanika sent a final text to her sister, the last time her family would ever hear from her.
Hi,
Around
Izumi. We're watching 2 disturbing mysteries that remain unsolved.
3 a.m., the girls decided to
From
leave
Mr.
the
Nightmare.
party. In the hotel lobby, Kanika realized she had left her belongings, car keys, and cell phone back in the room. Kanika's friends left her alone to go retrieve her belongings since Kanika was too intoxicated to even walk straight. But this was
So
a
why
terrible
leave
idea.
her?
The group returned to where they had left Kanika, and she was gone. The friends searched the hotel trying to find her, but had no luck. Between 4 and 4:30 a.m., they decided to call her mother Teresa to let her know they couldn't find her daughter. They asked if Kanika had maybe gone home without them. When they learned that she hadn't, they drove to Teresa's house and brought her back to the hotel to continue searching.
It says 3:30 in
Teresa
the morning.
didn't believe Kanika's
Oh my
story,
god, she
and
was
she could tell
fucked.
that they had been drinking and were possibly under the influence of drugs. When she asked Kanika's
Okay,
friends if she
this must have felt like a fucking like the back rooms when she was going through
had
here.
anything to
Dude.
drink, they told her that she
Hi,
had one
Cletus.
drink.
Welcome. How are you?
Kanika's mother grew extra worried because she knew Kanika couldn't handle alcohol, and even a single drink would be too much for her.
Oh,
She asked the
God.
hotel's front desk for help, but they refused. She requested to see the security footage,
What the
or for
fuck?
a security officer to look at it to figure out where her daughter had gone, but they told her only the police could look at the tapes. At 7:15 a.m.,
Bro,
Teresa
that's
called
her
911
daughter.
about her missing daughter, but at this time, the dispatcher told her that Kanika was probably passed out drunk in a random hotel room, and to go home, relax, and give it till morning. The next day, Kanika was officially reported as missing,
Oh,
and a police investigation began around 1:15 p.m. the next day, on September 9th.
way too late, you mean?
Hotel staff claim they looked at the security footage and didn't see anything, oddly enough. You're about to hear why. Police searched the hotel and surrounding areas, but came up with nothing. Around 10 p.m., an officer decided to look back through the security tapes in case something was missed. Sure enough, he discovered Kanika stumbling around the hallways of the hotel lobby around 3:20 a.m., and she was so intoxicated that she could hardly walk.
I'm
After this,
so...
the police sent out a second search team to follow her last known steps. After stumbling her way through multiple floors and hallways, Kanika found her way to a kitchen that was under renovation and not in use. The last known footage shows her walking through this kitchen back towards the freezer. This freezer had a
Dude.
cooler in front with a second
Shit
door
is
leading
so
to the
scary,
freezer
man.
area. The video does not show her walking into the freezer, but it's speculated she opened the door, walked in, and never came out. Police found her frozen solid dead body inside of the freezer. Others speculate that the hotel had something to do with her death, and that her placement in the freezer is a cover-up. Some people believe she was lured into the freezer by someone working at the hotel and locked her in. Some say she was killed off camera, put in a black garbage bag, and dumped into the freezer to make it look like she stumbled into the freezer on her own.
Wait,
lot of
but
people
when they
believe the
found
hotel-
her, was she in a trash bag?
Might have had a motive to cover up whatever happened to her, because the party being held at the hotel was paid for using stolen credit cards, and there was underage drinking and illegal drugs inside the room. The hotel knew about the party, as they had received several noise complaints but did nothing to stop it. Was the hotel trying to hide the truth about Kanika's death so they wouldn't get in trouble for having an illegal party at their hotel? Or was her death simply
I
an
don't know, that
accident?
feels...
Perhaps more details may come to surface one day.
That feels weird, like... As in, like... I don't know, why would they go through all that? Just for a party? Like, why would they do all that just for a party, bro? Like, that's so fucking weird.
Today's video topic focuses on some of the scariest things that hikers have encountered in the woods, which ties in perfectly with the theme of the game sponsoring this video, Dead by Daylight Mobile, a terrifying game where one player takes on the role of
Bro.
the killer, hunting down the other 4 players in various places, like the middle of the woods.
That's why you don't get knocked up. Wait, she was pregnant? What the fuck? What? I don't remember them saying anything about getting pregnant. Ugh. Oh, you meant drunk. Yeah, knocked up means pregnant. Seems like you wouldn't want to cover up an illegal party with a murder. Yeah, right? Like, crime upgrade. Oh man, that's funny.
More about that later.
Boy, that
In 2014,
that sound.
a man named Ethan and his wife Danny were spending a weekend together on Vancouver Island, which they had done many times before. The couple has a lot of experience on the island and just camping in general.
This looks really pretty.
Vancouver Island
Wow.
provides an optimal camping
This,
site because of its
excuse me,
mix
I
of
burped. It
scenic
looks really
beaches and
pretty.
dense forest. The
Ooh.
couple had many successful camping trips on the island, until something truly terrifying happened to them on their final outing on the island. Ethan and Danny
Negative
were far
1
from
out of
any
10.
roads or civilization, enjoying the solitude.
Alright, fair enough.
They set up camp on a beach a good distance from anywhere and kept a fire going. To get to the trail leaving the beach was 1 kilometer along the beach and 2 kilometers to the road through the forest.
You
The
just
couple
burped
had met
4
another camper
times.
named
Fuck.
Leon from New Zealand, who they
Oh
ran
my
into
God.
earlier that day on the beach. Leon was planning on sleeping in his van, which he parked back up on the road. The couple invited him down to the beach for a fire, and the 3 shared a bottle of wine, talking amongst themselves around the fire. This is where things started to get a little creepy. The sun was starting to go down by this point, and the trio kept hearing
Okay.
what sounded like female voices from behind them in the bushes, dividing the beach from the forest. It wasn't too dark out yet, though, so it was still possible that they were just other hikers or campers nearby, or even a group who anchored offshore and the sound was just bouncing in a weird way. All 3 of them could agree that they were hearing female voices, though. On that note, it was getting late
Sirens,
and a little
yeah.
dark, so Leon said goodbye and set out to hike back to his car before it was too dark. Ethan and Danny
Sirens!
stayed by their campsite and stoked the fire because Danny was starting to get creeped out by the voices, which continued on into the darkness.
I don't know what they're using for the voices, like, as sound effects for the video, but it sounds like it's like, oh fuck. In the background, they just hired somebody to go, oh yeah, in the background.
It sounded like 2 female voices speaking, but whatever that was being said was unintelligible. It sounded to the couple like the voices were not far beyond the tree line now. They stayed up very late tending to the fire. And only
Fucking
when the voices
sirens,
had
bro.
finally stopped, they decided to put out the fire and go to sleep in the tent. Before doing so, the two had scanned the cove with a flashlight several times looking for boats that could have been the source of the talking, but there was nothing in sight. It was around 3 a.m. when they laid down
Oh,
finally,
fuck.
ready to catch some shut-eye. But about 15 minutes after they laid down, Ethan and Danny heard footsteps in the area around their campsite,
Oh, yeah, no,
over
fuck
by where the
that.
fire was. They came from the direction of the bushes toward the inland behind them, a direction that was not traversable by people.
Absolutely
The
fuck
couple lay
that.
there, hoping it was just a bear or any animal, because the only bears on the island are black bears, which usually are very timid around people.
If that had been happening to me all day long, I would not have slept there. I would not have left. I would have left. I've been like, all right, this was fun, but let's fucking go. Let's leave.
From the fire, then over to the tent, then back into the woods. 5 minutes later, the footsteps came back again to the fire, and now, clear as day, there were two female voices talking gibberish very loudly. Their communication was not resembling any languages known to Ethan or Danny, and they seemed to be talking over each other, having what could barely be considered to be a conversation at full volume in the dead of night very far away from civilization without using lights to navigate through the dense brush relatively quietly in a direction that seemed impossible to
that.
traverse on foot. The two voices moved from the fire pit area over to the tent, still talking at a loud volume. They stood over the tent talking for a few seconds, then went completely dead as night silent. They went back into the woods to never be seen or heard again. Ethan and Danny lay there completely frozen and afraid for a long time.
Yeah.
They woke up around 11 a.m. the next day because of how late they fell asleep.
Yeah.
They packed up first thing and never returned. The couple
I don't
probably
fucking
made
blame
the best
them.
decision to remain quiet in the tent, not drawing attention.
It's like
to
some
themselves
Blair
from
Witch
whoever
shit. Like,
or
that's
whatever was
scary as
outside
fuck.
the tent.
Oh, Jesus.
The following pictures you're about to see were taken
Utah.
by
Ah!
Kylie Cashwell and John Stone, who both live in Eagle Mountain, Utah, a small town south of Salt Lake City. For the past few years, they had been exploring forests in search of interesting things, and one day they found it.
Oh,
One day
dude.
Kylie was hiking in Cedar Fort, just 5 miles south of Salt Lake City. While hiking, she found large amounts of animal bones and piles of junk people had dumped. But things started to get strange when she started coming across strange symbols and animal parts scattered throughout the forest, some of them in weird formations.
Dude.
On September 15th, she
I've
decided
seen
to
that
bring
shit
her
before.
friend Josh along with her to show him in person the unusual things she was finding. This time, the two came across something even more disturbing.
Oh,
On the
God.
trail, there was a severed deer head and a pentagram surrounded by deer legs, which was not
Oh,
there the first time
my
Kylie
God.
walked the trail. The sun was going down.
Okay, I've never
Getting
seen
their
stuff like
pictures,
that.
They agreed it was time to head back to the car. But the more they walked, they realized they didn't recognize the path they were on.
Oh,
So the two started
God.
looking around for anything that could refresh their memory of where they were. But as it got dark out, the two accepted that they were lost. With nothing but their phone flashlights to navigate, they started getting the feeling they were being watched.
Oh, God,
As they
yeah,
picked
you
up their
probably
pace,
are.
The two started to hear the trees and bushes moving at least 20 feet to their right, made more concerning by the fact that there was no wind that night.
Bro.
The two started to panic and hurried onto a trail they found, hoping it would take them back to Kylie's car. Just when things couldn't seem to get any worse, Kylie and Josh heard a scream so deep and horrific that it sounded neither human nor animal. The two sprinted down the trail, Kylie making a conscious effort not to look back, but Josh did. And Josh claimed to see a large black figure on the trail behind them, too big to be a human. The two made it to the car by some stroke of luck, losing whatever was chasing them. So they left
Thank
the
God.
forest and went straight home. Upon doing research, Kylie found documents of common cult practices reported in those woods, as well as numerous murders and disappearances that happened in the area throughout the years.
Ooh, Outrun, I've
Ethan
never
and
heard of
Danny, the
that.
first story, Kylie has not returned since.
I'll have to check that out.
Deep in the
Abandoned
woods
bunker.
in northern Germany, two friends were hiking in an area formerly territory of the German Democratic
Dude, that's a
Republic.
thick fucking
Came across
forest.
These strange periscope-like pipes protruding from the
Whoa,
ground.
whoa.
Feeling either brave or foolish, they decided to investigate further. They discovered a doorway hidden behind several bushes,
Boo.
covered by a large wooden lid. What they found hidden beneath the ground is a pretty disturbing piece of history. The doorway led to a huge abandoned army bunker. There were several tunnels leading off in different directions, which intersected a long central corridor.
Dummy thick
There
forest.
were so many different directions to go that exploring
Dummy
this place felt
thick
like going through a
trees.
maze to the two friends. They tried not to stray far away from each other in fear of getting lost. That's how big the place was.
Damn.
As they ventured deeper into the structure, they came across German writing on the wall, which translated to help. Curiosity still got the better of them, and they continued deeper into the bunker. And as they did, the structure became more and more decayed. More writings were found on the walls, this time reading, "Hello Satan, I love you." Some of the rooms and corridors were flooded and smelled like sewage. They made their way into a very large room with a strange machine in the center. It's very possible the previous occupants had
Bro,
fled the
what
bunker in
is
a
this
hurry,
place?
as there was a single shoe still stuck in the sludge on the floor.
Ew!
Wouldn't someone have time to grab one shoe unless they were in a hurry? The structure was believed to be an old military bunker, possibly used for shelter by the Nazis during World War II. But why did the soldiers seemingly leave in such a hurry? And whether they were the ones who had written the warning messages on the walls
bro.
is unknown. All things considered, this creepy abandoned structure would make a perfect hiding spot in Dead by Daylight.
Oh
mode.
my god, oh my god.
To open the bag to see what's inside in case Bill was hiking a narrow trail which was not far from his brother's place. This trail is in the middle of a very
Alright,
rural
Bill.
area, and it connects from the occasional
Grave
property to
encounters?
property.
Yes.
So when Bill stumbled across a duffel bag on the ground in the middle of the woods, it was a surprise. The duffel bag looked like it was relatively new. It didn't look dirty as if it had been sitting in the woods for an extended period of time. There was a foul odor emanating from the bag, however, like something rotting inside.
Ew.
Bill assumed the worst, but he knew he had to open the bag to see what's inside in case it actually
What's
could have
in
been a
the
person.
bag?
He was building up the courage to open the zipper to the bag, but before he could, he heard footsteps approaching from off the trail, and a voice
No.
saying, "That's mine, please don't touch it." A large man in a dirty jacket and jeans was quickly approaching from the woods and grabbed the duffel bag off the ground. The two exchanged looks for a moment. Bill told the man he assumed the bag was forgotten by someone, and the man told him he was storing his kill from his hunt in the bag.
Ew.
Even though Bill isn't a hunter, he knew it's standard to use a cooler for storing fresh kill, not a duffel bag of all things. This also wouldn't explain the foul smell so soon, as usually dead bodies only start to smell after a few days, not right after death. So he apologized and continued walking down the trail, with a little more speed in his step. It's likely the man noticed Bill's nervousness.
Hello there,
because
welcome.
he heard the duffel bag get dropped on the floor as he was walking away, but as he looked back, he didn't see the man anymore. Bill nervously continued along the trail, taking out his phone to try to call his brother for an emergency pickup by the road, but he didn't have any reception in the woods. All he could do was press forward and avoid crossing paths with that man again. But as he continued on, he kept hearing leaves crunching from not far behind him.
No.
And anytime he'd look back, the coast seemed clear.
Oh,
Eventually,
no.
his fear that he was being followed became real. He saw that man following him in the distance in a stalkerish manner, hiding behind a tree. Without thinking, Bill started to run as fast as he could down the trail. He knew he was being followed without even looking
Yeah.
back, because he could hear the leaves being crushed from not too far behind him.
Bro.
Bill came to an abandoned-looking property with overgrown grass, and having grown too winded to continue running, he attempted entry to the old house through the back door, and was able to get inside. Bill hid under a cot in the first bedroom he found, and he heard the back door open again, followed by heavy footsteps moving in a hurry. They went from room to room, and Bill could hear the man's heavy breathing from also being out of breath.
What the fuck
The
was he
man's footsteps
doing?
came into the bedroom just for a second and left right after. He didn't look under either of the two cots. Bill heard the back door to the house open and slam shut again, but he laid under the cot for another half an hour, not taking any risks. He only got up when he realized it would be dark soon, and he needed to get to a road to call for help. He proceeded to leave the house and run down the dirt trail by the house that was most likely once used as
Dude,
a
oh my
driveway,
god.
which led him to a road. From here, he eventually hitched a ride with a passing car, who gave Bill a lift back to his brother's house, where Bill would call
My
the
God.
local police department and report his encounter. Given the severity of the case, police would show up to the house to get a more detailed description of the man's face, the location it happened, and other information. Though it was never technically confirmed what was in that duffel bag, the rotting smell would already be clue enough. But the fact that the
Icky.
man so intently chased after Bill shows that he was hiding something that he didn't want any witnesses for, most likely dumping a dead body.
Well, yeah,
Bill would most likely
probably.
outsmart the killer in Dead by Daylight.
Oh my
as he effectively
god,
was
dude,
able to
what the fuck? That's so weird. Okay. It is my dick in a bag. Dude, the ad. I probably outsmarted that guy. Bill it. Yeah, well, you know what? Ever heard of Wendigoon? I fucking love Wendigoon. I love Wendigoon. I watch his videos all the time. I love it. Excuse me, I burped. Wendy Gang. Yeah. I love his videos. I also really like Nexpo. I like Nexpo. I've been watching Nexpo for a lot longer than I have Wendigoon, but I really like Wendigoon. Sorry. Wow. Wow. I have a fucking migraine, bro. I have a fucking migraine. I don't know why I have a migraine so bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I'll have a little bit more work to get done before I can go to bed, but it shouldn't take me too long. Just have to edit some stuff. So, shouldn't be too bad. But I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend, okay? I love you guys. Good night, everybody. Bye.